Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to some more Orb of Creation. So I let this run for a little bit just to stock up on some resources, and we've already run out of all of them. But we've got some upgrades. So if we go back here, we can actually research either greater mental acuity, improves the development queue capacity for attributes, and improves passive side generation. So that's not a bad idea. Otherwise, we could get resource generation of reflective type concepts. I don't even know what that is, so let's go for greater mental acuity. Okay, so now that we've done that, I guess I should probably focus on magic. What am I even going for upgrade-wise? I have not the foggiest. We'll get another big upgrade from this one. It might be one of those where we just have to go kind of out of our way to... Well, out of our way. I think we might just have to keep upgrading things a little bit. And at some point something's gonna pop in. Oh right, Storm gets us electricity. That'll probably open some things up in an interesting manner. Okay, there we go. Got it just soon enough. Not that it matters too much. I know there's just something truly relaxing about coming back to this game. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to get 90 knowledge. We gotta level this up. Yeah, so let's get that going. That only needs 45, so that shouldn't take too much at all. There. So we can get that one. Because that decreases its costs by like a decent chunk. And for us, with our current limitations, that's rough. Like, we just don't have enough mana to sustain casting all these spells all the time. I say as I'm at full mana. So maybe we're actually fine now. Maybe we've gotten enough upgrades that it's not as punishing. Plus also extra wizardry effect levels. I still don't know what that does. Aptitude effect levels, and then cantrip. Like all of those should be good. So if this is at 6.88 knowledge and 410, it's now up to 7.18, but yeah, we lose about 50. Maybe I'm overestimating how effective some of these are, but from my perspective, they're nice. And yeah, we'll keep working on the spellcraft. I think we're gonna try and get enough wisdom that I can stack the requisite mana to finally get Storm. That should unlock a whole bunch of new things for us to play around with when we get there. I'll work my way up. I don't know. I've just been jonesing to play more of this for the last year. It's one of those that I truly wish development was faster, but I also recognize that, like, making a game is hard, and making a game quickly is even harder. And for a solo dev just doing their best, honestly, this has been pretty good. If I ever get into game development, I want to do weird branching narrative visual novel-y things, and then probably incremental games. I don't think I want to truck with anything else because it just would be too much of a pain. But I feel like I could do those two things fairly competently. Oh right, we get extra mana capacity the more thaumaturgy we have. I guess we should go get Storm, like right now. Otherwise, I could buy the next level of infused mana, but that'd be silly. We'll get to that when we get to that. Let's see. I guess I'm just gonna... Oh, no. I was gonna let that go, but we should probably max out our wizardry XP. I still don't know what glyph upgrades get us. But all the other bits are gonna be worth it. Okay. Unlocks the augment glyph upgrades, allowing them to be used more than once. Huh. Alright. So we also want to learn Storm. Okay, so we've learned Channel Spark. That one has requirements. It has requirements and requires 80 Spark. Okay, so I'm going to go into my loadout. As much as I like Whirling Divination, I don't actually care for it that much. So, long cooldown, channeled, reduces a lot of, costs a lot of energy, gets us a lot of Spark. I'm thinking we just go heavy. Okay, what? Oh, it requires Spark Mastery before I can actually apply anything to it. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we can get Storm Shaper, Glyph upgrades. And then we can also get the duplicate spellbook. If we get just a little bit more mana, we can actually just use Channel Spark as much as we want. So let's see if we can get the requisite resilience. Oh, right, and the Thaumaturgy, of course. Okay, that gives us just enough that we can infuse mana one more time. Yeah, I think I might want to get this duplicate spellbook. That way we can have a separate spell loadout slot, and I can have one dedicated entirely to generating large quantities of spark. Let's see, we also have Storm Shaper, but that's a little too pricey for what I can do. Then we have Crackle Casting. Critical cast, sometimes empowering your spell's power and duration. Useful. Yeah, let's see if I can get Resilience. What else do we have? Not much. How much does it cost to cast this spell? Grab Resilience anyway. Let's take a look at Scholar. Do we have any fancy things? The answer is no. Oh, we do have Advanced Study. Okay. I think I still want that duplicate spellbook first and foremost. So let's just let that roll. Because yeah, unfortunately Spark drains whenever you're not generating it. Okay, so how do we... Spellbook. Oh, we can also upgrade the... Oh. So I can level up quick. Or I can level up heavy. Extra heavy usage slots and cantrip spell power. Whoops. Interesting. No, let's level up quick. We're going to be using that more. I'm not actually sure if that's really the right way of doing it, but still. Okay, loadout. How do we swap spell books? Oh, loadouts. Spells. Loadout 2. Let me check the game. Is it under controls? No. Here. Okay. Tab, go to casting, spells, tab up. Open loadouts is Z. Okay, and there's a little bit of a cooldown on that one. Let's, nix that. Heavy divination, go back here. Get rid of heavy. Go with those, but we can learn a spell. Something about creating lightning. Ah, here it is. Okay, so my logic is we can go over cap if we do this correctly. And we can learn the spell. I hope. We might not be able to. Because, yeah, the higher you go, the more resistance you have. However, we can pretty much cast these in sequence. And those diminishing returns aren't going to be able to stop us. There. Got it. Yeah, so we might as well use this to generate a whole bunch of electricity for the time being. Because there's at least a couple of upgrades that, that specifically are going to use it. Probably should also figure out... Channel Spark. Let's level that up a couple of times. Okay, so what is Craft Lightning? Empower your casting with spark energy. Enhancing gains from storm spells. Okay, so it's a booster for this current set. Let's go back to loadout. Toss that, move that here. Ooh. We don't have enough space. Sucker's a pricey boy. Alright, never mind. I guess we're just going back to lightning. Okay, storm reserves, so that's base spark capacity. We also have agility, which is cooldown. Tempting. Let's get crackle casting first. And then just a couple levels in storm reserves. I mean, I'm just gonna snag everything and anything I can. Upgrade-wise, because the faster we level up, the more wizardry EXP we get, the more we can use on that. Which, speaking of, I think we actually can go back here? Just grab a couple of those. We have another innovation. Aura effect levels, casting effect levels, spell capacity. What is an aura? I don't know. But I think I'd rather go for casting. Casting type attribute power. I gotta figure out what casting type attributes even look like. But I think this is gonna be worth it. Okay, we also have a technological advancement, but heck if I know where those are going to be. Alright, so let's keep buying a bunch in storm reserves. Because the higher the reserves, the slower the degradation. That seems reasonably worth it. Okay, anything else? Wait, have we leveled this up? The answer is big no. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna buy a bunch of storm reserves, because we're gonna need to get it up so we can actually have 100. Oh, actually we could get surged. That wouldn't even be that hard at this point. Except for the fact that I'm almost out of mana. Oh, hold up. I forgot I can do a boost cast on these. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I think it is. I think that gain is better, and I don't know if the drain is much worse. And then if I start channeling this, okay, it interrupts the channeling on my previous one. Good to know. Okay, so we'll get surged, which is power, reduce cooldown, and then has a higher crit chance. Storm Shaper seems completely out of my reach at the moment. Oh, but we can get advanced study. I think I was like, oh yeah, I should go for advanced study, and then I completely forgot about it. Observe reminders. Develop the ability to pin purchasables as a reminder for later. Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna be helpful. Just pick a bunch of points and study spells and attributes. I mean, we are trying to get as many of these stacked as we possibly can. Because stuff like Scholar EXP is going to take a little while to generate up. Okay, what else do we have? Well, we got Orb EXP. I think that's good enough for now. We should probably start restocking on stuff like Thaumaturgy. Especially because conceptualization is going to require things that I don't have access to. Okay, so let's go back here. Yeah, formation is not particularly doable with my setup. I think it will be once we're a little bit further in. Let's see, but we definitely need way more mana generation. I'd say I hate the fact that we are so limited by that, but it doesn't nothing bothers me on this game. It's just a matter of just like plodding forward. plotting ever forward. So we can increase our scholar energy. So extra storm shaper effect levels, storm power and spell crit rating, or wizardry effect levels. So basic type spell power, more unlocks more spell slots and more powerful spells. Otherwise, we can just keep doing Expert Scholar. Whee! I'm not entirely sure if this is going to do what I think it does, but it seems like a lot of the Scholar perks are passive gain upgrades, and that is very much what I want. So we also have concepts. Cognitive learning. Developing attributes generates a small amount of mental resources. Activate concepts to drain resources and advance them. Advancing concepts applies permanent buffs regardless of if they're active or not. Understanding capacity. Somehow I've managed to put this in double. Gain mental resources. There's a way I can figure out what mental resources get me. I haven't the foggiest. Okay. Well, now what? Magic concepts isn't too hard. And that'll get us magic learning. Reduces the prices of attributes. Both of those are pretty good. I guess we might as well keep trying to get my mana gain up. So that means specifically more wisdom. So I can get some more infused mana. So it looks like I'm just randomly gaining a stack of knowledge and psi every once in a while. But the drain is kind of offsetting that? I'll have to figure out how and what and why. Let's see, do we want to just keep stacking thaumaturgy? I mean, the higher that goes, the more max mana I can get. The more I can just buy infused mana every once in a while. It's not the worst idea. Especially because casting these spells almost doesn't have enough drain. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at other things. So how is this going? What is this doing? So it is draining more and more per advancement after attribute level. Oh. Recipes, reflective 2. And then concept power. Okay, wait. Power and speed. Concept recipe type. Okay, let's undo one of those because I was draining too much anyway. And I shouldn't be able to double do that. Oh. Developing attributes generates a small amount of mental resources. Oh. So what this does is it's currently draining my resources, but we're leveling up my cognitive learning abilities. Every time anything levels up, we gain some amount of psi and some amount of knowledge. Let's try that with wisdom. And that I think applies to everything. It's just those two, which is a little unfortunate. But has some interesting permanent effects. Of course, I'm going to have to work my butt off to get more of these. And also this is getting a lot more expensive. Those mastery levels going up, and I'm not sure how that works either. And yeah, there's reflective and concept. I don't know. I don't know what hitting that button even does for me. Yeah, we should make sure we have enough that I can probably get the next level of infused mana. I mean, it might not be the most efficient, but getting a bunch of resilience, wisdom, and infused mana doesn't seem like the worst idea, considering I keep ending kind of locked by my mana gain amounts. Yeah, what else do we have? I guess the other option is we save up specifically for reductive concepts. I might have to turn off cognitive learning for that. Maybe. Yeah, we still don't quite know what the passive bonus on this one, or what mastery levels do for it. Yeah, the mastery leveled up. Does that mean it gains more? No. I haven't the foggiest what mastery does for something like that, unfortunately for me. So yeah, let's get our thaumaturgy just high enough that we can get the next level of infused mana. There we go. The next level of infused mana. And then we're probably just going to spend it down to increase my passive knowledge generation. And side generation. Then we'll probably go throw ourselves at electricity for a while. That comes off as a little weird, I suppose. It's fine. Wow. Yeah, I can stack a silly amount of knowledge here. There it is. Okay, so let's go back to Scholar. I think I'm just going to let these stack up. Yeah, we don't need certain knowledge in Psi yet. Yeah, let's get another level in Focus Aura and another level in Scholar's Aura. Whenever I can afford them. Actually, no. I shouldn't not. Concepts that reduce the prices of attributes or magic learning. I'm going to go for magic learning. I don't know what that's going to get us, but whatever it is, hopefully it's something in here. Okay, magic learning. That's kind of pricey. Ooh. So, once again, developing attributes generates a small amount of magic resources. Do I want to let this go one more time? It's like 100 seconds, though. And it's not that bad. Yeah, let's get one more level in cognitive learning, just because we're almost there. And then we're gonna stop draining that and switch over to Psi. Let's see, especially because I'd like to boost stuff like Focus Aura, Scholar's Aura. Let's go back to magic, though. Oh. I don't think we're going to be able to get the next level of infused mana. If I can pull that off, though, hey, power to me. Okay, we have enough for reductive concepts. Oh. No, maybe we can. Maybe we can get a couple of these. I'll have to wait until my Psi stacks up enough. There we go. Just enough. Just enough. Right, and then what else do I invest in? I don't know. I don't know why this is still flashing at me. But it's fine. Let's just level those two. then back to Scholar. Because effectively, yeah, now we want the auras. We kind of want to save up for this, though. So, I guess I'll just invest in Focus Aura. We'll leave Scholar's Aura for later. Because it seems like whatever these concepts are, and what they're getting me, very worth it. They're interesting passive buffs, at the very least. And there's the reflective... Oh, reflective type concepts. Oh. Well, let's get reductive concepts. Get the focus aura. Okay. And it looks like... Turn that off for a while, so what do we have? So, Scholar development speed, reduce Scholar cost, reduce Wizardry cost. Let's just go for that. So yeah, what is this draining? Knowledge and Psi, in small quantities. Yeah, so let's get enough stuff that we can just get Focus Aura a bunch of times. We have the mana for it, as long as I don't spend too much of it. It's just going to take a bit. But yeah, if I can boost my Psi generation a bunch, I guess we should probably invest in Intellect a bunch of times. Yeah, you know what? We'll get a couple of it. Because I know it's only a 2% gain on our Psi generation, but it's still nice. Oh, right, and of course this reduces the price of them. Yeah, I don't think there's a way I can check. Pricey, though. Yeah, per advancement. Oh. It only increases by 1% with every upgrade. Okay, so maybe that's not as good as I'd like it to be. What is the difference between advancement versus mastery levels? Man, I don't know. Oh, this game really likes throwing all sorts of weird loops everywhere. So we need Expert Scholar level 5 before I can get that one. That's pretty much not happening. At least not at the moment. I should probably get at least 1 or 2 more into Focus Aura and Scholar's Aura. And then we'll probably just stop investing in those for a bit and go back to, like, Lightning or something. I'm sure there's all sorts of stuff down that line that I haven't even touched yet. What I'd like to do is get the passive Thaumaturgy. Yeah, just little bits that if I get distracted and come back later, it, still gives me some nice progression options. So I can just wait until knowledge is maxed out. Formation, but that's another glyph. Let's probably go for resilience first. And aptitude. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's get, well, I guess the cantrip cooldown is maybe not as good as I'd like to pretend it would be. The main issue is I just can't fund them. Even if the cooldown's like wicked short, if I don't have enough mana, it's meaningless. What else do we have? Because the next level of this is not that pricey. Problem is now everything else is. Yeah, so casting any and every spell is now ludicrously expensive. But, on the flip side, casting a spell gets us 50 mana. So it's probably worth it. Let's see, I think it's only give us like 40. Never mind, that's really good. Okay. We should probably save up. Do we even get more Scholar's Aura? What do we get next? Because the problem is this is level 50. Formation isn't that good. And yeah, I need Expert Scholar. Level whatever. I guess we could stop doing Harness Mind for a brief moment. Let's go for Magic Learning. I just want to get a couple of these, because whatever they get me. Recipe type, power reductive, main... Yeah, I think that's just setting what, or determining, like, whatever our levels are. Yeah, we need both of those. There's clearly something else. I guess our big limitation, our bottleneck, is how much have I invested into knowledge. Supposed to boost that aura. I guess it doesn't make that much of a difference, right? Yeah, like the difference is a 0.2. Boy, I should not ever play this game while I'm vaguely sleepy. It is. I am boggling. I've been having this... I don't want to call it, like, bad habit of... I wake up and then I'm just like, I am awake now. And the rest of my body is like, the hell you are. And it's too late. I'm awake and I cannot change that. It is very difficult to deal with on a given daily basis. Oh wow, my knowledge gain is actually really good. What else do I want? Wizardry development speed, reduce wizardry cost. I'm still not entirely sure where and what those are anyway. Yeah, is it Storm Shaper? Maybe. Let's cast Thaumaturgy a couple of times, I think. Get it up in the 200s. Oof. Get it up into the 200s, and then we'll switch over to electricity and see what kind of powers I can get out of that one. Let's see. Anything else? Waggle my head back and forth and wake up a bit. And the problem is the game is equal parts like too relaxing but also too complex for a sleepy lad like me. It always is just slightly problematic. Okay. Ooh. Probably don't need that much. Let's put some points into wisdom and resilience. I guess I could get a bunch of points in, like, spellcraft, for example. I guess there are a lot of upgrades I've just been ignoring. Yeah, let's focus on that for a bit. Because, yeah, I think we just need to get this up, because that'll get us a magical advancement and even more glyph upgrades. Which I haven't really been investing in. Maybe I should have invested in heavy, to be honest. Oh well. Yeah, let's go for aptitude. So now we get a little bit of thaumaturgy as well off of that. It's not a huge amount. Oh, it gives me both types. Because of the tags, so magic, mental, and resource. So it actually even gives me some mana. Odd. Neat. I like all of these changes. Everything feels like 10 times more needlessly complicated, but something about that just feels so good to me. Like, the more weirdly complex and convoluted everything is, once again, the more different routes it feels like you can take through the game. And even so much as concepts, or, I mean, these research options here. Giving me a set number of resources that I can spend on grabbing these determines kind of my path through the game. And so yeah, I'm going to be spending a lot of time specifically on leveling concepts up. And somebody else might say, that's not interesting to me. And, you know, really go all in on augments. Because, yeah, spell loadout capacity, duration, secondary spell effects, charm power, and then powerful augments. Yeah, I haven't even messed with those. And then obviously we have expert wizardry for spells. Unfortunately, we gotta level our orb up, and that's gonna take a little while. Okay, do we want to get anything else? I could just go for the knowledge gain over time. But I think what we want to do is kind of max out some of these things. Like as much thaumaturgy and knowledge as I can have. And then we switch over to storm a bunch and see what I can actually use these resources on. Because I know storm reserves and agility we have barely even like poked at. And I know there's a number of upgrades under the scholar section as well. How do we pin something? I don't think I got a confirmation on that actually. You just said I could do it. Oh, here. Pin. Oh, can I do like that? Oh. Okay. That actually, this makes a lot of sense. And then hopefully I can just like click and drag to replace and get something else. Cool. I like the idea of pinning recipes. That seems kind of fun. Alright, let's go back to this expensive business. So the only immediate problem with this is it's going to generate all sorts of spark per second, but it is going to cost me more than I can actually afford, energy-wise. Oh well. We'll burn out of resources pretty quickly, but we'll be able to get a bunch of upgrades really quick. And that's kind of what we're going for here, because we want to upgrade my orb, and we want to, let's see, we want to upgrade the orb, and we want to see if I can get even more concepts that are a little bit more useful. I'm looking for things that give me, like, passive resource gain. Not based on, like, whenever I get an upgrade, but just, hey, let's see. You know, you just gain X amount of knowledge over time. Oh, spellbook. Channel Spark is leveled up. Ooh, pricey. Okay, I'm just gonna pick that up. I think we're just gonna have to let my mana regain for a moment. That barely cost me any knowledge, though. So in that case, why don't we get another level in resilience? Okay, right. You know the other thing I keep forgetting I can do? We can channel for an even bigger boost. It takes a little bit before it starts to drain, so we might as well actually channel these, because that also gives me more time for my energy to stack up. There we go. Because, yeah, I'm not trying to afford anything expensive. Okay. Attribute development speed, mental resource rate. Oops. Goofed that one. Or I turned it off. Okay, I didn't goof it too hard. But yeah, 2 more from here. We'll get academic, and then we'll save up for 1 more with, like, study spells. And that'll get us 1 cognitive advancement, 1 technology. Okay. Can't afford much else, but these are looking fairly comfortable. Couple more levels on that, but that's fine. So let's go back here. Not concepts. We can develop a thing. Oh, okay. I guess all I can afford is empowered learning. Improves the resource generation of reflective type concepts. And we do have an orb. Do we want to keep going expert scholar? Yep. I have no idea if any of these other ones would be helpful. Probably would be. And yeah, I'm still curious about 3.6 scholar effect levels. What that's going to mean. But later. Let's get enough that I can actually get my channel spark up to 120. Because our mastery level on it is bad. I don't think I have to cast it more than like 3 times here to get up to 120. There it is. Nice and easy. Okay, so back to concepts. Doesn't look like we've unlocked anything new there. So maybe putting all of my points in Expert Scholar is a bad idea. I know there was this one, Natural Learning. Oh, but that requires a resource I have never seen before. So maybe not that one. Well, let's grab Empowered Learning, because what else am I going to use that on? Let's go back over here. So I'm going to be running out of knowledge. I should probably regain knowledge. Otherwise, that's going to slow to a crawl. It's still pretty demanding. Oh well. There. We have just enough. So is that something that's just automatically active at all times, or not a clue? Okay, what else do we have? There's Learn Formation. Oh, Channel Spark Speed. We don't have any other upgrades there. Oh. That's loadouts. I know there's one where it actually tells you, like, hey, you have a spell you can learn. Because yeah, if we go back to Insight in this, we've already discovered that one. This is requirements, Expert Wizardry 2 and Storm. As requirements. So we need 1 level of Expert Wizardry. Okay, so I think I've been screwing myself a little bit. We've already discovered that one. Already discovered that one. Wizardry, Storm, and Scholar. Yeah. So me being a goofus and going all in on like 1 or 2 things probably was not the best idea. Oh well. All we need is just a little bit here. And we get our next level of magical advancement and glyph upgrades. Like I said, the more options you have, the more ways you can hoist yourself by your own petard, the better. It feels satisfying having too many options, in fact. Okay, next level of spellcraft. We don't have quite enough. And I could probably get wisdom next. I think we're gonna need wisdom next. boy, infused mana requires 14,000. I guess if I save up all the thaumaturgy, it shouldn't be a problem. I think there are other good upgrades that I can aim for, too. Okay. Do we want to get Spellcraft? Sure. Okay, so Wizardry is complete, Scholar, Research, Innovation? Okay. Improve cantrip spells, causing them to receive twice the benefit from elemental type modifiers. So ×2 storm power would be ×4. Or aura effects. It's gotta be elemental resonance. I still don't think we have any aura spells. And until we get some, there's no point in it, no point in investing in it. Unless it turns out we actually have a lot of auras that I just don't know about. Is possible. Okay, I wanted to make sure that that would be off cooldown right before the boost goes away. There. Are we gonna have enough? Yes. Okay, elemental resonance. Did that make much of a difference here? Hard to tell. I think it helped. Just invest in some of those. Whoa, we're getting a lot of just free resources for upgrades. Oh, that's kind of nice. Ain't gonna last forever, but it's kind of nice. Okay, so nature concept's too expensive for me. It's divining spell power. I think we're getting there. We can manage here. Yeah, let's level these up as well. Because that still increases our aptitude effect levels. And double cantrip elemental resonance. Oh, is this the thing maybe that's causing elemental resonance? And if not, I don't know. It certainly feels like I'm getting loads of resources. 71, in fact. Dang. Because we have Craft Lightning. We also have Attune Orb. Okay. Hold up. Because that's just divining spell power. So that doubles these two. This would potentially make this generate faster. Let's see, loadout. Oh, but it costs 3. Wait, cost elemental to spark. I don't have quite enough room. Unless... Ah, yeah, so that costs 53. Once we have a small passive gain, that's not going to be too bad. But not right now. Okay. Oh, can't fit another one of those in. Okay, so we're just gonna go heavy. Longer cooldown, way bigger boost. Oh, way bigger boost. And yeah, we can just swap away. Well, hopefully we wait for things to be on cooldown. The quantity of resources we get from that is absurd. The only immediate problem is I can't hope to cast it twice in the same period. And I think the price of it all is also pretty freaking beefy. Oh well. Let's see, what else do we even do? I think the problem is mostly we're just waiting for a couple of big resources to come by. Resources. And the problem is it's a bit of a slog up. Unless I've missed a whole page, but I think it boils down to I should have been spreading this around. Oh, how can I see which it would upgrade? Unlock. Oh, it was spells. Because yeah, it was something like... No, it wasn't that one. It was this one, Rallock's Cube. So we need one more level in Wizardry. I mean, on the plus side, this is helping. Let's let this finish, and then let's swap over to Harness Magic. Okay. Because I might as well invest in kind of each of the concepts at the moment. Right. And the thing we need, especially if I want to do any cognitive enhancements... Oh no, that's an orb upgrade. That's everything. So we're looking for the lowest possible hanging fruits that we can get. Which is just every upgrade in existence. What is currently... Oh, I know why that's being drained. Because yeah, I need 70 upgrades for the next orb bonus. That's not that bad. And, I mean, worst comes to worst, this is going to put us in a very interesting position as soon as we have the Rallock's Cube, because I think that's when we start expanding the world. I'm pretty sure. Is there really much else for me to do? I mean, it's mostly just stacking up wisdom, resilience, and aptitude, but those are going to take a while. I might do a little bit of between sessions, just letting it accrue resources and buying some upgrades. Nothing that would actually change where we're at. Mostly just increasing our capacity and generation values, but skipping every single upgrade on the right. I think that might be the case. Anyway, I hope you guys have been enjoying my return to this. Maybe I was a little rambly on this one. I don't know why the game just alt-tabbed me, but whatever. But I sincerely love Orb of Creation. It's just super weird, and there's nothing else quite like it. And I will always try and champion it as much as possible. But for now, at least, I'm getting kind of sleepy. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.